Today I'm working on an 03 Chevy Astrovan all-wheel drive with a 4.3 liter, and the code that I'm getting is a P0102, and it's also got a few other codes, and that just means low input. That's because it has no power, the fuse is blown. So you go down, it says 443, 102, 443. So when you get these two codes together, oftentimes, especially if it's like doubling them up and stuff, there's a problem on these where you'll have a fuse that blows. When you look at the fuse cover, it's this one right here, the number 20. So what you do is you take your little fuse puller that just sits in there, and it works like little tweezers. You put that directly onto the fuse, squeeze the bottom half, pull it out, plop her down, and when you look at the fuse, you can see through it. You can see that there's no little arch that goes up and over. It's just blown out in the middle, blown apart in this case. So anyway, you set that aside, and then you take a lower fuse like a number 5 or something for testing purposes. Buy a bunch of them in bulk is fine. So I put that fuse in there, and let me just show you that this one's good. See the little arch? That's what it's supposed to look like. So with that archway intact, you put it in there and then wiggle your wire harness. You just give it the old wiggle test. Now this is the circuit that's bad, so I wiggle up here first for the mass airflow sensor. Wiggle that, wiggle down here, wiggle in here. The whole time I'm listening over there to hear it pop. So I pull on this, and of course the fuse isn't going to pop now. It popped really easy earlier, but I already tore into it and found about where it is. So you can see the fuse is good, the key's in the on position. I'll take a mirror, and what I had to do is I had to take the doghouse off to get to the engine compartment. This is the big heavy wire loom that I was pulling on. You can see how it runs all the way up here, and where these short is basically these just crumble to nothing, and then they get chafed on this point on this harness right here. I haven't proven that that's the case, but I've seen enough of these to where I have a pretty good idea. So you look up underneath of there, and you'll see the wire, the same color as the one on the mass airflow sensor. And that part of the computer, or that fuse, once that blows, let's see, there it is right there. Okay, you can see right down in there where you've got all that exposed copper wire. Let me try zooming in. Somebody recommended that to me the other day instead of getting real close. See in the center of the frame that little piece of copper that's showing? So that's where our short's happening, and because I've opened this bracket, now it's not blowing it. But all you got to do is patch up that wire. Let's see if I can twist this around and show it a little better. I'll go off camera, twist it around. Okay, so here you have it. You can see all the little burn marks that there are on the wires right here. I mean, they just been chewed through just like a rat with steel teeth. It looks like it's mostly the purple wire, but all these other ones too. So I'm going to have to go through and do a little repair work here, get them nice and insulated, wrapped up, and then re-secure them. Now this is where the transmission meets with the engine, the bell housing. I guess you'd call this the location, the bell housing, main wire harness, bracket, or bracing. And like all this stuff, it's just gone to crap. It's just shot. I'll do a little pan out. Now to get to this and get the doghouse off, there's these little Torx type screws that you got to pull out of the doghouse accessory bin, or as I like to call it, the junk drawer, where everybody puts all their junk. Take all the junk out, it's easier. But there's a screw right here. You see that flashing in the middle? There's that one and one on the other side. The size torque that you need for that is a T30. See, T30, T30. And you just pull those out there. And then on the bottom, you've got these little guys that hold it down. This is the left-hand side, so it'll be on that side. And then the right-hand side is this one. And these help clamp it down. They bite down on the doghouse. These go on last, they come off first. You got to loosen these because these hold the junk drawer in place. You can see there's one there and one there, so you just loosen them. They're open at the bottom, so you can pull them out. And then there's also these little body tabs, and these body tabs, you have to pop those out. There's two per side, one there and one there. You can see where the hole is for the little torque screw. You unbuckle the top, loosen these, and that'll come off. And then once that's out of the way, you'll be able to see these. They're just a great big 15 millimeter. I use two extensions. I use two 12-inch ones and a 15 millimeter socket. And those screw into the bracket that you see in the middle there, the one that's poking down into the AC. That'll eventually cause an AC leak. That's that one right there. And as far as the doghouse, they're hard to get out all the way, so I just pull it back to one side and then swap it to the other side. I don't like wrestling them out. They're so dirty, I don't want to get the seats dirty either. So anyway, that's how you deal with that. That's how you deal with your code P0443 and P0102. And so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to, patch these up, wrap them up real good, and then just put everything back together, and they'll be good as new.